Now let's check out some of the arpeggios that are inside the Juno-Gi. All we have to do to get the arpeggios is press the arpeggio button right here. And now if we use the dial wheel, we can see we have a lot of different types of arpeggios in here. Now we also have the ability to import arpeggios from standard MIDI files, which I'll show you in a future video. But right now we're just going to use the ones that are in here. And let's go ahead. We have a piano sound. That's fine. And let's get back into our arpeggios. And a lot of times our arpeggios have different variations in them. Okay, not always 12, but it depends on what type of arpeggio. And that one has 5, for example. And let's go ahead and play some of these. Just kind of have some fun. So I'll just start basic note values. Motif tells it how the arpeggio is going to play, and up and down, random, note order, glissando chord. So kind of cool. You can really have a lot of fun experimenting with this. So let's go ahead and just listen to this one right now. Velocity real, so that if I play it soft, the arpeggio is going to play soft. If I play it, at a particular velocity, I can tell it exactly how loud to come in. I can tell it to always come in at full velocity. If I want to try and emulate that kind of analog kind of vibe, I can do it. And then also the octave range of it. So how much of the keyboard note range I want that arpeggio to play within. So let's go ahead and just listen to a basic note value variation 1. Great. Variation 2. 3. Now you can see this can get kind of, kind of basic kind of stuff, or we can go into some of the other ones and really kind of have some fun with it. Maybe I want to do, let's try this one, see what happens here. Now let's exit out of here, and instead of using a piano sound, let's go ahead and use maybe a bass sound, and I might go into a subcategory here and choose a synth bass. And let's use that synth bass, turn that arpeggio on, and I'm going to change it to a sync kind of thing. And so that was a little hipper just by changing the sound. Let's go ahead and try another variation in here. Let's change how the motif plays. So maybe a up and down. So that's cool. Let's change that octave range. So now, rather than just saying it's just the same stagnant spot, kind of move around the keyboard a little bit on its own. So let's go ahead and try this one now. You can hear it kind of jump in octaves. Let's go ahead and try add another note to the mix. Let's take that octave range up 2 octaves, jumping around. 3 octaves. So that's a good example of just of some of the arpeggios that are in here, but keep looking. There's a whole bunch of fun ones in here. So I'm going to go back to piano and show you some of the ones that I found that I really enjoy. And we'll go to arpeggio again. I remember I just pressed the button, and we can go into here and take a look. A whole bunch of different ones. Acoustic guitar type of ones. We have electric guitar, some bass ones, which we'll take a quick listen. Electric piano progression. This one's fun. Now I like this one, the Latin piano phrase. On the motif, I'll just go to phrase and check this out. Just by pressing one note. Now let's go to variation 2. Cool. Variation 3. Now, I like getting, this one has up to 9 variations. Let's get up to like maybe number 7. Check this out. One finger. Let's check out variation number 8. A little more minor kind of sound. So we can have a lot of fun with this. Let's do variation number 9. Check this out. I'm just moving in time. Now, some of you guys might say, hey, that's kind of cheating. You know, why would I want to do that? Well, sometimes musically we have to move very fast, and you know, it takes a while to learn how to do that stuff. And so sometimes we have to just pull it off. And that's what these keyboards are for. Not for cheating, but for just really utilizing the tools that are inside. So it might take me a long time. I might have to work with my hand in books to get my hands down. I might have to get some of the salsa books to learn how to play it, and I got to practice. And this could be just a real quick way for me to put down a musical idea or share it with the band and just have a good time with it. Now, in this example I'm going to show you, it's the EP progression 1 phrase. So once again, I'm going to move that motif to phrase right here and listen to some of these variations. Sometimes the variations in the arpeggios that are available, they're good for just kind of striking up a song idea. So let's listen to this one and see what you think. Now on this one, the tempo is a little bit fast, so I can move over to the tempo button. And if I wanted to, I could tap tempo, or I could spin the dial wheel. And let's change this down to maybe 89. That's a good tempo for me, so. And let's listen to this progression 1 phrase, variation number 3. That's a nice little phrase. Let's listen to this one. And let's listen to maybe a different one, progression number 2, still on phrase, and let's listen to this variation. And remember, I can change the notes, just stay in time, 3, 4. So use these arpeggios in here just to kind of have some fun and learn different things. Let's listen to a couple more very quickly. So exit out of here. I'm going to go into maybe my subcategory of the organs, and let's find the claves. Some nice claves in here. Let's go ahead and press enter. Now let's go back into our arpeggio here and use the dial wheel and start going through some of these in here. And you see we have some different options right here. And let's see. Funky clave phrase number 1. Okay, and it looks like we have a couple of them right there. Let's have some fun with this one. Put that on phrase. And this one has nine variations. Wow, so we could really have a fun time with this, learning new ways to play the claves, or also using them inside our digital recorder, inside the Juno-Gi. So let's take a listen. Now, what if that tempo was too fast? What do we do? Go to tempo. We can either tap it, or we can slow it down right here. Let's put it maybe about 199, whatever, right here. So let's close. Let's go ahead and listen to another one. Wow, you can actually use this and you'll have something to practice on. Let's listen to number 9. See what that does. Now, if I wanted to, I could press the hold button. So now I can just press it one time, groove on it, and just select it right there. So as you can see, there's a lot of good options inside the Juno-Gi as when it comes to arpeggio. We see we have some lead lines, some sequences, some shorties, short and fat. So a lot of different ones we can use. And you see here we can also go in and create our own. So I'm going to show you how to do that in some upcoming videos right here. And we can also import, I'll show you that one as well. So this can make it just a lot of fun, different things we can do inside the Juno-Gi.